in the cabbage.
Well, let's get it.
Test.
Yeah, we're live.
Welcome to In the Cabbage. This is crazy.
This is pretty bananas right now that we're actually doing this.
I'm Tommy Swain, Andrew Witt. Please subscribe, please listen, please download, like. And just a reminder, keep swinging. Welcome to In the Cabbage. I'm your boy, Tommy Swain. To my right, or your left, Andrew Witt.
What up?
Episode number 40. My high school basketball number. Some say the greatest number of all time.
Some say. You say.
It's definitely not. I would walk up.
You cut that in half, though, and you get 20. That's a pretty dynamic number there, too.
That is a good one. That is a good one. With high school, you don't really get to pick your jersey number. We got walked up, and it'd be like, what size are you? I'm like, XL. And they're like, okay, we got a double X for you. And we got 40 or like 34.
Dude, we had actually, this is a great topping point because high school jerseys are tough, man. And I don't know
so bad.
We got shafted with our jerseys.
So bad. And I don't understand why they're so bad. They're not like the most expensive things ever.
A few $100?
Yeah, like
each year? Can you just get some new jerseys each year?
Yeah, we got hand-me-down jerseys.
Yeah, you like the varsity team would like wear theirs for like a couple years, and then that jersey would make it onto the JV team for a couple years.
Right.
It was like a 2-year cycle, and you just kind of funneled your way down.
Yeah, our high school programs weren't the best besides wrestling, and the football program's still balling out right now.
Yeah, shout out Hawks, baby. They're balling.
Our coach, Ingles, left, and some new guy took over. I forgot his name, though. You liked him. I think he's the defensive
Mr. Brown?
No. Was there two Mr. Browns?
Just one.
And then he was a big lineman guy?
Yeah.
No, he didn't take over. I think it was the offensive coordinator or the defensive coordinator.
I can see their faces.
Right. Can't remember his name.
Yeah, it's really...
And they also used to be your teachers, too, which was like... weird for high school sports.
Yeah, but it's kind of cool though.
Right, because then they give you a break sometimes if you were balling.
I mean, if you're a pain in their ass on the field,
you were
and
in
then
trouble.
off the field you're being a pain in the ass.
Trouble.
You're in the cage, bro. You're in the doghouse.
Thank God my senior year I didn't have any coaches on my team from football because they were not happy with me. They were pissed.
I mean, you were like, going to be the guard. You were going to be the guard for senior year.
I mean, yeah, walked on.
Or sorry, just senior because you played junior.
Just junior year. Walked on, I remember because I didn't like football as a kid. I don't know if we've ever talked about this, but let's get a little cozy with some In the Cabbage stuff.
Yeah, sure, buddy. We kind of touched on it last time a little bit with the Cowboys.
Right.
And your dad just kind of chucked you on in there and said, just deal with the pain.
Right.
Live with the pain.
That's classic. But yeah, so freshman year, walked into football, was not going to play. But every year we'd walk by them stretching, the football team stretching before the basketball gym.
Yeah.
My freshman year. And every time I walk up, like coaches would say something or chirp me. Some point you got to play football. Some point you got to come over here. I come play a real sport.
I mean, your body's built for it.
I mean,
the man's got the strong lower half.
I mean, it's criminal that I don't like football.
And you can move some weight around in the gym. Last night, baby, you're putting up some big numbers.
Is it big numbers?
Yeah. For you not lifting for X amount of years?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Hardly ever?
4 years? Last 4 years lifting consistently?
Yeah, but like not like that kind of lifting though. When you were doing stuff before your wedding, it was more so a lot of like some calisthenics and a lot of kettlebell work.
A lot of kettlebell work.
So like it's not like you're moving heavy weight and squats and like doing a bunch of powerlifting and benching. I gotta give a little shout out. You repped out 205 on the incline bench 4 times. And we've really been only working out, I would say like hard now, like for 3-4 weeks.
Yeah,
because the first month was kind of like easing our way back into it.
Let's do this. Easing my way back into it.
Well, sure. I mean, and also, it's not like we're going 3 times a week. You're going in there once.
We got to step it up. I think we got to do one more night.
I'm down. It sounds great, buddy.
I think we got to maybe do Thursday night.
Yeah, I'm down for Thursdays.
Do you work out Thursdays?
Yeah, I'll do Thursdays.
Because then we can just do football. Our little...
Yeah, that's another good one, too.
Just Mondays and Thursdays night.
I love that, buddy.
I have to figure that out, though.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, you're moving some pretty big, impressive weight. I mean, you got me beat on the incline bench. That was nice.
It was nice to get back out there and start throwing around the way. I wasn't wiped from work and extracurricular activities and
sure. I mean, you're coming in for a little month little weekend away.
Yeah,
Palm Springs, just kind of relaxing and soaking in some sunshine, staying a little active.
Oh yeah, Palm Springs, man. I went to Palm Springs this weekend. It was just
off or like peak season Palm Springs. It's pretty elite, huh?
It's like 81 degrees the high, and that's like 2 or 3 o'clock, and it's a slight breeze, and it's just gorgeous out there.
I mean, there's no problem whatsoever if it's 80 degrees.
And it's not like it's crazy busy either, even in peak season, because like it's a retirement city. All those cities right there are all retirement. Mm-hmm. It's not meant like for families really or younger people. So, but it's becoming very, very, it always like goes through waves of popularity. I feel like it was extremely popular back in like old Hollywood, bleeding a bit into my parents' generation.
Yeah.
And when they had kids, like right before they had kids, it died completely.
I feel like maybe just because we're getting older and closer to hopeful retirement here.
Oh,
maybe that's why it's coming back into the swing of things. No, I mean, what you were telling me, because we got to hang out a little bit last night, it's just like, when you go in those peak seasons where it's 80, 75, 85 even, it's beautiful because it's also like kind of slow, but it's also like, got some cool restaurants, got some good activities to do. You can go and gamble. There's sports books. There's downtown. There's plenty of restaurants that's dishing out some good food. It's got a lot of things really working for it.
It's a really great getaway.
Yeah.
Like just a really perfect weekend getaway.
Close as well.
Hour 30-ish.
Tell you what, if you give me an option to go to San Diego or Palm Springs or Santa Barbara,
I'm taking Santa Barbara every time.
Santa Barbara is pretty great, but
it's like 2.5, 3.
Yeah, but if you want to go, totally, it is a little bit further for us here over in the LH, Tustin, Newport area.
It's the traffic there is crazy. You go through LA, getting back isn't fun. Palm Springs, we left Friday, 8:30, no traffic.
Yeah, that's nice.
Drove, right through everything.
Gotta wait for that 91 to die down.
That 91 is just a monster.
Yeah, it really is.
That'll ruin a day.
Yeah, it really will. If you try to go, do you remember we had to go to that like conference back for work, and we had to leave at like 3 o'clock.
Like, bro, we gotta go like now. And you're like, I physically cannot go now. I'm like, well,
we need to go, or else we're not gonna make it.
Like we're just gonna be so late at that point. Like, what's the point?
And didn't it take us like 2 hours to get over to Riverside?
Easy, downtown Riverside. That was such a strange, weird event for us. Just such an adult stage.
It was a weird setting. I remember feeling very out of place.
Right, because we weren't actually in that. We weren't doing sales. So, like, what was the point of us being there, besides seeing it and experiencing it, which was great. Glad, you could experience things like that, but we have no business being there. And it's basically the conference we went to was just a giant dick-sucking competition. I mean, it was like, just who sold this? We got this. Look at us. Pat each other on the back, and we're out of there. Free dinner. Great event, but sales in corporate America loves to pat their own back.
They love to butter themselves up. Dude.
Oh, they love a good butter session, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Based on like turkeys.
God, it was tough to watch and sit there.
Yeah.
Based on like turkeys.
People are like doing fake fights Remember that? It was like a weird shit.
Yeah, it was like a weird like ego trip that they were trying to like pull on one another as well. And we're like standing there in the middle of the conversation, like I don't know what the hell is going on right now.
It's like
are we laughing? Are we doing that like comical little like kind of laugh?
Yeah,
look at him
try to break the ice, I get the feeling of that. I don't really enjoy it, but I can follow into it a bit easier. Just because I know it's like so fake. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can like kind of just try to get there and do what I want with the information. I feel like our generation
gives me
people,
the EBGBs though. It does for me.
Oh yeah, you did not enjoy it leaving it. You're like, I cannot do that. And I'm like, I get it, but like people don't really do that though. There's a lot of like really successful salespeople who probably weren't there.
Yeah, true.
And don't really act that way. That event was just crazy. And back in the day, from what I heard, it had a little bit more prestige and it meant something a bit more, had a bit more class to it.
Now there are all these dumb rules about drinks and restrictions on, what can be served there and blah, blah, blah. And there's so much liability. It just takes all the fun out of it kind of thing.
Yeah, it does. But, then we went down and partied in downtown Riverside afterwards.
That was legit.
That was fun.
I'm glad we did that because we got out of there. We're like, oh, we really drove all this way, but we're kind of tired because you're wearing a suit as well.
Yeah, we went and got a cocktail at like an underground rave bar across the street.
Unreal. And we're walking in there with a full suit and people are kind of raving out a little bit.
Yeah, people are rolling. It's so early in the night still. It was like 8, 9 o'clock when we got out of there.
Yeah. So we probably got a drink at 10.
Yeah.
That was a crazy little night because then didn't we get like birthday shots or something like that from other people? Or we like
couple
did some shots and we're just dressed up to the nine and then we just
they were like some
and then we split. We got out of there.
Yeah, came up, got some free drinks and dipped out of there. And because the next bar we wanted to go to there was a cover, and then at that point we're like, all right, what are we really doing out here?
Right.
We're just sitting here drinking and hanging out. Play golf though out there. When you look for like a golf course that you want to play, what type of qualities do you look for like when you're doing research? Like what intrigues you to a golf course?
Is price out of the equation here?
No, it's in the equation.
Okay.
I would say you're not like obviously a $500 golf course would be something you would want to play.
Right, of course.
You gotta say like 200 for us has got to be a life-changing course. Low hundreds is like probably a good course.
Yeah, I look for bang for my buck for the most part. One, that's like kind of top of the list, especially if you're going with some buddies. Money's we've talked about it a zillion times, but money's a little tight at times.
Oh yeah,
and so you got to be a little bit cognizant of that. So if it's a special occasion, then stretch the wall a little bit more. So bang for my buck is probably one.
What would that be for you?
On the list. And then so the positives would be, some of the country club and it's like the clubhouse setting. One. Right. Two, does it look like it has some culture there and what is it? So based off of the clubhouse. And then three, it's like the scenery, right? It's like the type of course. Do they have scenic holes? Does it have a ton of trees? Does it have mountain views? Is there a lot of water? Is there no water? And it's kind of more desert themed. Kind of go for more of the theme of the course as well. And those are the three. So if you're ticking all three of those boxes and it's super cool and it's under 150, that's super high on the list for me.
Right. That would be like dream course.
Yeah. Uniqueness as well.
Yeah, that for me, when I'm doing like go to Palm Springs, go somewhere, I always look for something unique.
Yeah.
Just because I don't get to play out here a lot unique. So when I go outside of, in fact, I only play like the same like two or three courses. And that's it. It's Palm Springs, it's Ukaipa, and then now it's not Ben Brown, David L. Baker.
David L. Baker.
Probably has made my rotation.
Miles Square.
Miles Square.
David L. Baker. Dove when it's available. And you got Ukaipa.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good mix of little courses I play, but, I want to play something I don't usually get to do. So, unique water feature.
Island Green.
maybe it's a tougher course than we're used to playing, a recognizable designer. So that to me, so if I ever see like something that's like looks similar, like on the Google Images, then I'm out. Price for me, it's got to be like below 200. If it's above 200, it's got to be pretty crazy.
It's got to really bring some heat.
Like 175, it's got to bring heat for me. Like I usually like to play around like the 130 to 100 mark.
Yeah, because you got to think you're going to also get some food. You're going to get a cocktail.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Then that's an easy 30, 40 on top of that. So once you start getting up into the 200 total, that's, it tends to be a little steep.
Yeah.
For the wallet.
Totally. Then you got to bring your own drinks on the course.
Which is fine.
Which you got to love to do. But we just played such a great, we played in the Ryder Cup. We've talked about it probably then. Course called Desert Island. Awesome little track, tons of water.
One of those unique courses for sure.
Vintage, old school country club. Was a country club, now is no longer a country club, so it's public. Greens were chewed up. We played okay. Mikey and I did a scramble versus my brother and Justin. They took the L, so I needed that.
Of course,
had
they
to
did.
have that.
Of course, they did.
Couldn't let my weekend start with a offer. And great match though, super close. And then
that's really fun.
Played some tennis. I'm just ready to be like a 65-year-old man in a retirement community.
This is what we were alluding to earlier.
I mean, it's just I'm ready for it. I want to be a Florida person in one of those retirement communities that's super contact, like where you get to drive a golf cart around. You have pickleball Tuesdays. You got skin game Mondays. You got whatever, tennis Thursdays, softball Fridays.
Working some cards at night as well on Wednesday night.
I hate cards.
Yeah,
well, if we're
sporting events, more sports
for Papa. I could do Texas Hold'em in a group setting.
Yeah,
with actual money in play.
Once a month. Can't catch me there once a week.
No, not once a week. Once a month though, definitely sign me up.
Last Friday of the month or something like that.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
throw like a honey down, 2 down. So that way there's something to play. And I know people who do like weekly games.
I know, it's a lot.
A weekly games is crazy to me.
For me, that's a lot. I can't imagine like playing a golf tournament every week, really.
No.
That's a lot.
No.
So like I know poker takes 4 or 5 hours.
Easy.
If you're
people buy in too.
Yeah, you almost have to do no buy-ins type situation. You got to buy in once, and you got to increase the blinds every like 5 or 10 hands, and then you got to just like kick people out and put a timer on a 3-hour game, basically.
I think you just play until you're done, and you walk away. Because it's not. I don't know really how it works. I think there's like unspoken rules. If you're like really, really up and you took a lot of people's money, you have to play longer to try to give some back. You can't walk away with like...
I thought you just play until there's a winner.
They do that too, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, if you have like 15, 20 guys with you...
Yeah, it's a lot of dogs.
That's 2 games.
Yeah. You just split it up.
Right, you go main table. That's crazy. See, it's already wrecking my brain. I can't add more to it, man. We also had like a very old like moment, Mass and I. We came out early, woke up Sunday morning early, went and got breakfast at like an old diner.
You're like, wow. This is
old
this
people
is it right
sitting
here
next to us and just like, this is us.
So you got like the checkered like a
old school
table.
Pictures.
Wood and shit, diner.
Waiter has 0 patience, but the food was like right up the middle. Like just like, you know what you're getting.
Right.
It's going to be good. It's going to be a lot, somewhat cheap. And then
unlimited coffee. That'll get you buzzing.
Yeah. I waited because we went to a place called Kofi.
Okay.
Koffi.
Okay.
Fire. It was just right at the street. Great. I think it was like the best cold brew I've had.
Wow.
It was a cinnamon vanilla cold brew.
I'm really loving all of these niche markets that people are getting into. I feel like it's becoming more and more of a thing, like, fashion, individual clothing companies, people getting into kombucha, people getting into coffee, more beer. some like really niche, like good pizza and bread and like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they're getting into
Really
this.
cool.
Kind of like this Japanese culture where people are like picking something they're really, really passionate about and like hyper fixating on getting it like perfect. And I think you're losing a lot of the
I can do it all place.
right. Like I think people now in America, at least personally, like, we're starting. If it can do it all, it's great because you need paper towels, you need this, you need those things. But like buying something from there with substance, is just not going to be that great. So now you got to go like these mom and pop shops now.
Yeah, no, I agree. And the mom and pop shops are becoming way more modernized too. It's really cool.
Or like the boutique stores that aren't too big.
Totally. When I look for in a restaurant, if I'm looking at somewhere new, it's a lot of those things. Are you niche? Are you like unique? Are you putting out things on your menu that really haven't really been done before?
I'm looking at a lot of pictures. Almost all my stuff is based off of Google images.
Yep.
And I just look at the images and I look at pictures that people have posted that they personally posted. I don't really love reviews. If you're like a 3.8 though, food restaurant, you're out.
Sell.
Golf courses, they can be like 2.2s.
Yeah, and they're fine.
They're fine.
Yeah, because you kind of like have a dick staff, but you can have an unbelievable
golf course. Or like people are just like stupid and they're like, it plays really slow on a Saturday morning. It's like, yeah, dude, like welcome to Orange County. We don't live in West Virginia where no one plays golf. You know what I mean? Like it's every day. And that's what I think the other great thing about Palm Springs is like we weren't really by anyone.
Yeah, that's nice.
Like the gas station was empty. Like the tennis court we played at, which was really awesome. We actually went to the San Manuel Tennis Garden where they have like, we kind of talked about it before. It's the biggest tournament outside of a major.
Yeah, the Indian Wells tournament.
Indian Wells, yeah. Thank you. Indian Wells Tennis
really cool.
Garden. And play on one of their like side stadium courts.
Which is so sick.
Yeah, it's
Did you tell me it was like $25?
$25 for Madison and $25 for myself.
Right.
And we had the court from 12 to whenever. No one was going to push us out.
So cool.
And it's just a cool experience. You get to do that. They have water on the court too. Benches and shade, and you could just hang out, and be there for a while. You could have brought drinks and just kicked it for hours. And no one was really biased, dude. Like all the other courts were empty.
That's crazy.
Like that was a Sunday at 12 p.m. Like that's not happening anywhere. Play golf on Friday. No one was really pushing us.
That's so nice.
Just two old people. We let them pass. And that was the last time we really saw people.
Yeah, see, that's great. You have all those like empty feelings where you're kind of just there and you're really enjoying it, not really have to worry. You're definitely a worrier about other people. You're very, very socially aware, I would say, and almost fixated on it at times.
Yeah, it's bad when it, I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like
with golf, it's tough.
Yeah, we're not playing fast enough and keeping up. Or if someone's like hitting into us, but we're playing fast enough, you're like, we're not playing fast enough.
Right.
And I'm like, no, these dickheads just keep hitting into us.
Right. I gotta get so much better at that. Like just as been trying to get better at it. Like when I'm in a public setting, like especially with golf or doing things like that, I get so hyper fixated on things around me and it can take you out of the experience. It happened to me at like a concert a couple times.
At the end of the day, you're just like you're gonna move on, never see these people ever again.
Right. And I know that logically.
Yeah, but it's hard to get rid of it.
Right. It's like but especially when we go and like we play with a bunch of buddies, because I want our buddies to, but then they're grown men. Like that's on them. They'll figure it out,
Yeah, that's true.
It's not my job to.
So I think that's the whole thing. You don't have to really worry about that too much because you're playing just you and Madison out in the tennis courts at a really sick stadium out in Indian Wells where they host that tournament.
Right.
And you don't have to worry about anyone else. And you can kind of just, it's easier to be in the moment.
Totally. I was able to be in the moment. She was able to hit. We were able to just be ourselves and goof off and not have to oh, are we on here too long? And I went back and was chatting up with the guy in the pro shop, and he's like, "Oh, you guys want to go see the main court number 1, like where the tournament's held, like the championship court?" I'm like, "Oh yeah." Walks us in a little backstage view.
So sick.
So sick.
How big is like the main court? It's not massive, but does it hold like 8,000?
Oh, it's crazy big.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy big. It was like 4 tiers.
Holy moly.
4 tiers.
So you're looking at 25,000 probably.
20?
20?
I'm bad guessing like that. Let's
How
just
big,
say
like where the Ducks play?
smaller than when the Ducks play.
Okay. I don't know how many the Ducks holds, but
I don't know, but it's smaller than
it's
Honda. It's definitely smaller than the Honda Center. It's
called Honda Center 15 to 18.
Okay, so
maybe 12.
The Open, the Open, the New York one.
That thing's massive.
It's the second one to that.
Oh, it's the second largest.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's a big court. It's it goes up there.
That's a big dog.
We
right
walked
there.
right into the middle of it, and there's 10, 12 rows below us.
That's really sick.
There are 15 above us.
Damn. Okay. Yeah,
And
it's a
they
good size
all
court.
Coliseums right to the middle of the court.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Heavily sloped. And you're just like, you basically feel like you're on top of it.
I would love that. The stillness that ensues before every single point
It's crazy.
It's got to be one of the coolest things about tennis for sure.
And the most nerve-wracking thing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't get it. That could not be me.
That's cool, buddy. That's great that you got to play some tennis and do something like that. Katie and I had an idea when we were kind of hanging out this weekend. We're like, we should go to the batting cage.
Yeah, like just starting doing things like that. That's so great. Batting cage would be fun.
That'd be a blast for us to go do. You go there for an hour tops.
Your
not-
back can't handle that though.
Yeah, my back's exploded.
Yeah, your back would be
A rip.
toast.
R.I.P. baby.
Yeah, that twerking motion is not.
I mean, I'm doing enough torque and motion as is. But
Yeah.
I got to throw this thing around.
Yeah, now you got to throw that ass around that weird, twerk.
But I don't know, dude. I feel like we just had that random thought. We're like, dude, we should go to the batting cage. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
I've never done that before.
And you just never do things like that really anymore. And it's just fun to go do.
Right.
Mass and I really enjoy going to play tennis with each other. It's like one of her favorite things, and it's fun to go do. And one thing I'm sick of seeing though, and I'm not gonna lie, buddy, we can get a little bit in the mainstream topics here, is the Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift relationship.
It's too much.
I just saw the video of her singing his name or something and referencing him, and she runs in him. I'm glad they're happy if this is real, but I'm tired of it.
It's too much. I get it. It took the world by storm. Got it. Great.
Right.
But now it's been going on for 3, 4, 5 weeks.
Right.
How long? Roughly.
Forever.
It seems like it's
For
it's
4 years. That's all I see on my Instagram feed.
People are talking about all the time in public. That's all you're seeing on your feed. It's just nonstop. And I'm like, dude, I get it. I'm over it. And also, it's just the Kelce brothers in general. It's not a bad thing by any means.
I like the Kelce brothers.
But it's the relationship and then the extracurricular stuff that's coming with it is just overwhelming me a little bit too.
Yeah,
I'm getting this shoved down my throat.
The Sexiest Man Alive award.
Man sexy, I guess. He's got some caterpillar for some eyebrows up there.
Matt's I get it. A good guy.
Total
family man.
Yep, the family
good
man's,
looking dude.
The family man's the big card as well.
Right. Girls love a good family man. Can't blame them. I get it. But yeah, I'm just kind of over seeing their face. Something else we kind of wanted to touch on here was Josh Allen. We watched him play last night against the Broncos, which would be Monday night. And you've been calling it for a while. Beginning of the season, I was big on Josh Allen. I like him a lot. And you do too.
Yeah, we always love the way he plays the game, and he's a very physical guy. He's not afraid to put his head down and do the dirty work for your team, which is awesome, which is great. But like you said before, it was something that I've noticed a little bit, not just this year, but just in years past. And he's getting all these praise, and he's probably top 3 quarterback in the league. And I'm like, really? I don't really see it. I have a hard time with it because he's kind of a boomer bust guy.
Totally.
And it's just you never know if you're going to be able to bring that boom to a playoff game consistently when the stakes are a little bit higher and people have film on you the entire year and they're able to game plan a little bit. I mean, we watched the Broncos just take down the Bills last night.
Yeah, and it was just a crazy game. I
don't think the Bills are that elite as they have been in the last couple of years, but I think largely to that is, I don't think Josh Allen is playing all that great right now, or people are able to scout him a little bit better because he's not as dynamic as people say that he is right now. He just turns the ball over too much for me. And he misses some open throws that I feel like he should just be able to execute. Now, is there things that he can do that others can't? Of course. I'm
very
just saying
mobile,
that he's
big dude, but yeah.
Just saying he's a little bit overrated. And
Bills fire their offensive coordinator, if that's answer your question. Live update right there. So there you go.
Wow.
Well, a little live update from the ESPN ticker app up here.
Bills fire OC.
That is
okay.
That answers all our questions.
Makes a lot of sense.
So
maybe it was similar to I guess sure. Let's do a live speculation right now. Maybe it's do you think it would maybe have to do something along the lines of the Bears situation with Justin Fields, where maybe Josh Allen was having a hard time doing some of the things that they were asking him to do?
Yeah, I mean, I bet you the Bills organization was like, something needs to change.
Because they have great receivers.
We're not going to get rid of Josh Allen. He's our guy.
Yeah, they have an unbelievable receiving core and tight ends.
And he's been elite in the past. What's different?
And the offensive line there are no scrubs either.
Yeah, I mean, he has
solid.
the weapons. So what's going on? Why are they more open? They just look stagnant too. Like their team in general doesn't look like they're really moving that great. Yeah. I would bet it's just a decision like, do we get rid of Josh Allen or do we get rid of our OC? And it was like,
so it's such a weird time to make that move. But I mean, and you got to make it now if you don't think you're going to make a push over to the Super Bowl, which people are saying they were a Super Bowl team for sure.
Beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. There's plenty of more quarterbacks I would love to build around or even start, right now as my head.
I mean, I can list off a good 5, 6, 7 probably in front of Josh. I mean,
totally.
Obviously I'm taking Patrick Mahomes. I'm taking Burrow. I'm taking Herbie. I'm taking Jalen Hurts.
Right.
I'm maybe taking Lamar Jackson potentially, but he's kind of a boomer bust guy. It's tough. Maybe even CJ Stroud. The dude looks unbelievable to build a team around right now. What he's doing with the weapons that he has on offense. I mean, I feel like he's a great quarterback too. So yeah, that's a good 6, 7 right there, and I'm probably missing maybe 1 or 2 more. But yeah, that's kind of crazy how they fired their OC like that. And the Bills should be doing better because the Broncos have been struggling all year, and for them to drop that game, it's kind of sinful of them,
Right.
Okay, I feel like we touched on a couple lowlights here, but one thing that we love doing is pumping someone up and talking about greatness on that show, and that's Lionel Messi right now.
I think he is, the best player of all time.
I don't think there's really any debate anymore. I know a lot of people for a long time was like Ronaldo or Messi, and people were taking Ronaldo. I've stayed a Messi guy through and through, but you look at all of his achievements that he's been able to accomplish, and it becomes down to his playmaking ability, I think. And he won his 8th Ballon d'Or this year and becomes the first player in MLS history to win that award. Probably.
It's so funny he was in the MLS when he won.
Probably won't be another MLS winner
ever.
For another, I don't know, 30 to 80 years. I mean, it's a wide range. I don't think anything's changing from the Premier League anytime soon.
Yeah, you would need the MLS to become a
dynasty of a league.
Top 3 league, and it's not right now. They definitely have the potential to get there. I just don't think they're going to have any sort of chance at it for a while. I just think Messi is just so crazy. Watching him in Argentina in the World Cup this year finally win one was just crazy. Just sheer will.
Yeah.
To get a team across the line. He's gone up and down with them before. He basically quit on them before this last World Cup. and Argentina sued him for tax invasion. And
Wait, I didn't hear about that.
And that all went away.
Oh, okay. Wow. I mean, you go win a title, you go get a chip over there.
They were saying, Messi's like, I don't know if I'm going to come back to the Argentina and do this again.
At that time, he was 32.
Right? He's like, I just don't know if I have it in me to do it. Blah, 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 blah. And sure enough, Argentina's like, well, if you're not going to come back, here's a little tax evasion for you. And then he's realized, oh, shit, my country is crazy. Can I come back for one more year, get the dub, and it's all going to disappear? Sure enough, gets the dub. I think if he just would have came back, nothing would have happened. But it's all pretty crazy stuff, man.
Just the fact that you can be the best player in the entire world in the most popular sport 8 different times in a sport where I feel like you really have very, very limited time in your prime. Very limited time.
Yeah, it's
a small window for most players. It's like 3 to 4 years, and it's like the ages of like 23 to 28.
Yeah, but it seems like the players who are superstars just stay superstars forever.
Yeah,
like
totally.
Neymar,
totally.
Ronaldo was up there for so long.
Yeah, but those are like, those are once in a generation type players.
Yeah, Mohamed Salah. Yeah, I feel like once you get in the realm of everyone knows you and you're, one of the greats at that time, they just keep you around. You just have something. And I think you learn in soccer, the older you get, you have to pick your spots to run. Mm-hmm. And when you're young, you just run the whole time. Like Messi, if you really watch him play, he doesn't run a lot.
Yeah.
It's like he kind of like lightly trots. He looks where the ball is going. He has a good idea. And then runs right when he knows something is happening, he's gone. Mm-hmm. And he could just fill the spots in perfectly. And he, was watching some highlights on people talking about that. And it's not, how much you can run, but like really finding your right spots.
Mm-hmm. I did watch a video, though, where Thierry Henry was talking about Messi. He's a big Messi fan, and he's like, yeah, he doesn't really run that much, but all of the offense is like ran through him. And so a lot of like the cutting, the accelerating, the stopping, the relocating, he's like, that's tiring. He's like, he's moving quickly in short bursts, but it's, he's sprinting all over the place in those instances and then walking the rest because he has to. So I'm like, I guess there's 2 ways to it. Maybe I don't know because I have very, very basic knowledge at soccer. Didn't play forever.
I mean,
I was horrific at soccer. My God.
Were you?
Terrible.
Just not your sport.
Terrible. These fucking clunkers at the bottom of my legs. Damn. Had no touch.
And then quickly went out there, played some basketball.
I did it. More things. Yeah. No things with the lower body, baby.
Were you just straight into basketball? That was your only sport you played?
Yeah,
baseball.
Yeah, baseball, basketball. Those are the 2 right there. Golf in the summer when I could.
God, I would pay an infinite amount of money to quit every high school sport, everything I did, and just play golf at the age of like 6.
Oh, it would be all time for you. You'd be great at it.
But would you really enjoy it now, though? Much?
Probably not.
Probably not.
I'd still have some fun. I mean, look at our buddy Chris.
Yeah, that's true.
If you love it, then you love it. I loved it back then, and I couldn't get enough of it, and I'm still kind of the same way. So it's a sport that you can never really perfect, and you can always kind of get better at in some aspects. So
it's one of those special sports that do it.
Yeah, and like, you can't play soccer until actually like at a competitive level. I mean, you can in adult leagues, but like
you're blowing out hammies and stuff doing that.
Right.
It's crazy. You know what's really funny? I don't know why I thought of this.
What's that?
There's this guy on my Instagram feed, and he constantly just pops up on my Instagram feed, and he's like, my life as a 25-year-old bachelor in DC. And he just I just watch him.
Okay.
Like 30-second clips of him.
Got a little man crush on this guy.
No. He's like a nerd. He's like,
okay.
He's like kind of geeky. And I think that's why I like it. I don't know. It's like, yeah, I went and did my annual softball game and went to my 9 to 5 and made salmon and mashed potatoes for dinner. And it's just like, oh shit, there's other people out there who were kind of doing things I was doing, you know. And it's just so funny to see. Is like my life is a 25-year-old bachelor, and he pops in my Instagram feed all the time. And I look, and people are liking it. My friends are liking the videos too.
That's pretty funny.
So it's pretty funny that how you find internet niche. But anyways, moving on. Messi goated. MLS gonna be goated at some point.
Yeah, I think so, dude.
I'm excited for next season because this season was really weird. Messi came back and they were doing like some in-season Copa America thing, and then the playoffs started, so no one's really in the playoffs, and it's gonna be a really good year next year.
I think so too. The Inter Miami squad,
it's gonna be fun to watch next year.
It's gonna be ridiculous.
I think that's why a lot of people called like they were injured because they knew they weren't gonna make the playoffs. Like, oh, I'm injured, so they can kind of sit longer.
The potential squad is going to be unbelievable. If the rumors are true,
right?
I don't know if you've heard a couple of these, but now I'm pretty sure they've signed Luis Suarez.
Jesus.
They are now thinking about bringing Ivan Rakitic to play in the midfield with Busquets.
There's no way that's possible.
I mean, you got David Beckham at the helm.
I mean, David Beckham
that man's going to move mountains to make this happen.
He's just going to figure it out, huh?
I mean, he wants to keep Messi there. How is he going to keep Messi there? He's going to get his dogs.
He's going to bring his boys. Dogs. I bet you Messi's bringing his dogs. He's like, guys, like,
let's run it back.
No one really bugs me out here. You're going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'll throw you some cash. Come on down.
I mean, they're going to get a good contract too.
Not like,
not the Messi size contract, but also, a lot of those guys are 34, 35 years old.
Come out into Miami and retire. Buy a second house in Miami.
Come and dominate at the age of 34, 35, and let's go play together. Let's have some fun and live on the beaches in Miami.
Like, they're going to dominate. Do yourself a favor, go watch like an ex-European player come over like first season in the MLS and just watch them.
It's like
absolutely.
It's like you're playing with a bunch of schoolboys over
there.
It's
just ridiculous. We watched Ibrahimovic come in, and he was at no point like in his prime even close when he came to Galaxy.
I think we got him when he was 36.
Yeah, and he was balling.
Do you remember his first goal that he scored with the Galaxy? He got subbed in like in the 55th minute. And then within 3 or 4 minutes, he kicked this screamer from like 40 yards out off like a punch volley from the goalkeeper or something like that, and then just whopped it straight in the back of the net.
I think I do remember that.
And the place went nuts.
Yeah.
You just don't see that over here.
Galaxy's so bad now.
They're atrocious.
Because now if you're going to go to a team, you go to the LAFC. You don't go to Galaxy. Because now
it's a bummer to see because they were the pioneers of getting some big dogs over.
Right. They're just not getting the respect or the love here, which is kind of nice. Being a Galaxy fan, you get a little comeback on that.
Yeah. It's because you're playing at the tiny-ass stadium over there.
Hey, that's on my campus. Don't come out. Don't come at StubHub now.
StubHub's tiny.
Easy now on StubHub.
When you're looking at the Seattle Sounders Stadium, you've seen that thing?
Well, yeah.
That's what we got to get another. I'm saying the big dogs got to get some
new hardware.
We got to get some new going on.
I don't think it's going to happen in Carson. They're going to have to move arenas, and it's like there goes my. I like that stadium a lot.
It's a good stadium. There's nothing wrong with it.
It really, for soccer, it's a fun place to play. It's just not as glamorous as downtown LA, essentially.
Yeah,
but
it's way better, way more laid back lifestyle. But can we make a little pack here? We got to go watch Messi play next year. I don't care if it's an LAFC game or if it's.
We just got to go see him. Period.
I would be extremely pissed if we don't see the best player of all time.
If the tickets aren't $500, I'm in.
Yeah, I'm almost ready to throw that.
It's just too much.
I'm almost ready to throw that, dude.
Yeah, I can't like throw $1,000 down for soccer.
300?
300, I'm in.
Okay, let's see that.
500 is just going to be crazy.
I don't think. Yeah, I agree. 500 is outlandish for general admission. And
they're going to be good seats because there's not a bad seat in that place.
Very true.
But it's just way too much money.
Do you think anyone is going to get to 4 Ballon d'Ors?
Probably not now, no.
That sounds like just a monumental task for someone to do 4 times. That means you got to be good, really, really good, top 3 in the world, like 6 times, like 6 years in a row.
Never gonna happen again. So
He's 1-8, bro. It's absolutely mind-boggling. It's really crazy to see what he actually accomplished.
Just the amount of like talent in sports now, I just don't see anything like that happening.
I agree, dude.
In any sport, really.
It's so hard to see it just because these kids start so early. The training is so advanced, the rehab, all that stuff, and like the mechanics. Have so much technology. It's crazy to see what you're able to see from such a young age.
It's
I saw it, dude. This stat: most successful dribbles from 06 to 07. I took a screenshot of this.
Mm-hmm. This is Messi, right?
This is for Messi. He's got 2,358 successful dribbles, which is getting past someone.
Crazy.
The next person, Hazard, with 1,285. So he's like basically doubled the next best player. And then you just go down the list: chances created, assists, goals and assists per like minutes played on the pitch. Like, it's just ridiculous what the man's doing, what he has done in his career. And he's played for almost 20 years.
Hazard was great. He was so much fun to play with.
Yeah, he was a stud.
That's crazy. I didn't think Hazard was even up there. Another little last thing we wanted to bring up here was in-season tournament for basketball. For the NBA. For those who don't know, real quick, they're doing an in-season tournament.
Break it down for us, buddy.
2 different conferences, East and West. They're going to do brackets, 5 different brackets. Winners of that go on to a single elimination playoff. It's in the middle of the season.
Isn't it 3 brackets on each side, though?
I think it's, yes, 3 brackets of 5.
Yeah, there you go. Because there's 15 East, 15 West, right?
30 total. So every team gets to play.
Yep.
I think it's a great way of adding drama into a very long season.
82 games is a long season, dude.
And it makes it so the beginning half of the season, and it started quick. It started like November.
Yep.
It gave basketball a good couple weeks, and then it was like, all right, in-season tournament.
It's a great way to kind of compete and bring your interest away from football when that's going on. It's something else that's a little bit more incentivizing to make the beginning part of the season. Give it a little bit more juice. We need a little bit more of that.
And if your team's bad, and you guys aren't, you're not going to win a championship, but for whatever reason, you steal a couple in-season tournaments, now you got something to play for. And it's just a good way of keeping players involved, coaches involved.
It's a good way of thinking about it. I didn't actually really think of it in that,
Yeah, let's just say, the Grizzlies are 0-3 right now. We just took it out of the Lakers. Go Lakes.
Lake Show, baby.
Let's say they suck, which they do, and they steal one right off the rip.
Yep.
Okay, now we're 1-0. Win the next one. Now we're 2-0. We got a real shot at making the playoffs here. So now, like those games for those teams that aren't very good, got something to play for. Now there could be some side stories about like why do they play so well in the in-season tournament and blah blah blah.
Sure. And everyone's a little bit more dough in their pocket.
Right. Maybe if you win the in-season tournament, you get extra cash, and
you do. I don't know how much, but you do.
So I mean, it's just a fun way. It's a creative way. I know the NBA gets a lot of shit about being not a great league anymore and the fouls and all that stuff, but they really do innovate a lot.
They do.
And they have no problem changing or moving their league around to make it more interesting. Like the foul calling has gotten better this year already.
They always make adjustments every year. It's under the microscope, just like football is too, because of all the injuries. It's kind of has to be. And the refs are always the first to blame, but they always make adjustments every year, and it's cool to see that they're able to pivot a little bit, which is great.
Some of these football games have started out great.
Yeah.
Some of them have been really good. Not seeing a lot of hankies on the field, not seeing a lot of bad calls, and then whatever happens towards the end of the game is just you see them nonstop again.
Yeah, the timeouts and the challenges and the replay review. It's just like it's a lot.
It is a lot.
But you're blowing through the first half most of the time, and there's not a ton going on, which is great. That's really cool. So I like the format of the in-season tournament. I think that's super cool. I like your take on the spin. To give a little bit more pizzazz, because it's a round robin format. You play each team once in your pool, and top 2 advance.
Yeah, from what I understand, top 2 advance, and
then it's knockout from there, right?
Then it's just single elimination knockout, which is great.
And these games count towards your regular season record
too, so they do matter for your regular season and for your in-season tournament.
Do the knockout games count?
Probably not.
Okay, because I was going to say that would be a scheduling nightmare when you're having to pivot around.
Probably not
a little bit, because let's say the Lakers played the Knicks
right
in a knockout stage. Well, the Knicks and Lakers only meet up, twice a year, and you're kind of just shoving one of those regular season matchups early for it to count to your regular season. That would cause some scheduling issues, maybe.
Down the line, yeah, I could see that being an issue
if it did count as a regular season game still in the knockout stage.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that part out. It's so new, but it's just the court looks different. It's pretty great. Another little thing I want to touch on, which I'm just seeing now, is Aaron Rodgers claiming he's going to be back in December.
Yeah, bro, it's absolutely insane. I heard that he was walking with 40% of his body weight on a treadmill.
Yeah, and then he's working his way up to doing 60 next and 80. Just the only issue he really has is he can't get his heel off the ground.
Yeah, I did hear that too. Yep.
So once his heel comes off the ground, then he'll be good to go.
It's crazy, bro.
And he claims it's good patient, good surgery, and you're good to go. It's no way.
That man definitely had a horse Achilles just attached to his calf muscle, bro.
Great. Good for him. If that's what it takes, that's what it takes.
It's crazy to me. I don't know. It's just nuts because, I hope I'm wrong. Because I came on here, I don't know how long ago, 7 weeks ago when it happened initially, 8 weeks ago initially, and there was talks about him coming back by the end of season. I said there's absolutely zero chance, and I hope he proves me wrong, honestly, because if that happens, there's really no telling what's going to be going on for the rehab world. That's 9 months accelerated,
right?
And normally guys don't even come back, and they're not as explosive, and they're not I'm not saying he's going to come back and he's going to be it's all going to be peaches and cream over there in 3 months, but. The fact that he's even playing, if that does happen, is bananas.
If he even has a shot to make the playoffs, he'll be back.
Yeah, what are the Jets right now? And I'm blanking on their record. Do you happen to know?
4-5.
They're 4-5? Uh-huh. Yeah, it sounds right. Yeah.
4-5. 4-5. If they can make the playoffs, I think he'll play. Something else I've been just obsessed with recently is thinking about cities I'm going to move to outside of California. You do this fun, older thing, where would we go if we were to move? And I think the hottest city in America right now, to me, is Las Vegas. The sports teams are great. Their arenas are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, nightlife can't beat. Housing, great out there. Golf, spectacular.
State tax?
No state tax.
That's a biggie.
It's pretty crazy. And then the Sphere thing was probably one of the greatest marvels that America has done in a hot minute.
I saw somewhere, and I'm going to butcher it, but it was one of the most groundbreaking, what's the word for, it's not engineering, but it's architecture, basically. Yeah. It's one of the most pronounced, architecture, statements of the year, in the world.
That's crazy.
I saw it somewhere. Probably butchered it, but it's high marks. I'm seeing it all over the place. Have you seen, the inside of it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Dude, it's nuts. The whole outside is all, LED, screens and stuff. And same with the inside. And it's massive. It doesn't even look that big when you see it on camera. I saw a video on the inside of it, and it is humongous.
I saw from the stadium looking down onto the stage. I didn't see from the stage to the stadium.
Oh, it's just crazy, dude.
Is it really that big?
in my opinion, because I didn't think it was that large. I thought initially it was just more for a show from the outside. I didn't think there was anything actually on the inside of it.
Oh,
You know what I
it's
mean?
like an actual. They're gonna have a UFC fight there. They announced.
Oh my god!
Like their UFC 200 or something, or one of the hundreds they're gonna do is gonna be the inside of the
so
Sphere.
sick.
It just to me seems like the place I could possibly live.
It's buzzing, and the race is over there this coming weekend too.
Yeah,
F1.
I saw some bad publicity about the streets being really slippery.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Like bunch of F1 cars sliding around in corners they shouldn't be sliding on.
Yeah, and like low speed corners.
Right. Like really like losing ends and freaking out. So I wonder how they kind of fix that because I'm sure there's precautions. They probably have something they spray all over the place. Or my idea was to just go out and they burn a bunch of rubber.
Yeah.
But you couldn't pay me money to be in Vegas right now. That is a zoo right now.
Yeah, with that race. Holy moly.
Oh, buddy, I am sore from working out. Let me tell you. The arms,
it really took a lot out of you.
the legs, the cheeks, all of it.
It was kind of good though, no?
Feels great. It feels great to murder yourself like that and want to be, improving and, getting better is great. I think, lost a bunch of weight to being sick. So it gave me a little step up again, and I'm just excited,
boost, baby.
Excited to keep it going.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. And I don't know, we said it before, but it's kind of nice when you're able to just relax a little bit more on my downtime. That's what I definitely feel. I'm like, wow, I'm sore. I'm just kind of feeling a little And you just the couch, it hits different.
Couch hits different. This couch needs to be thrown and burned.
Yeah,
we need a new one.
It's seen some better days, but it's awesome, dude. Getting back in the gym like that, and I don't know.
The boys are gonna get beefy.
I notice it. You're gonna make some bigger moves, dude.
Boys are gonna get real beefy here.
I have. I don't know. I don't even know what my goal is right now. I just like feeling good.
Yeah,
being healthy, feeling.
You said
good.
you wanted to put on a little weight.
Yeah, right now I'm sitting at a kind of like a low number for my height. I don't know. I like to be around that 190 number.
You do. I would love to be around my number, but it's going to take, it's going to take Papa a hot minute.
You got something to work for.
Oh, yeah. For a hot minute. It's so easy to put it on. It's just impossible to take off.
Yeah, just go back to Mama Lou's. That's the easy solution.
Oh, my God. That place might as well. I flip it off every time I drive by that place. I physically have never been so sick.
It was so
I know we
bad.
talked about it already, but I was just on the death doorstep, just ready to prepare to die.
I'm really glad. Selfishly, I'm glad someone else had it.
Me too. It was so much more bearable.
I was not the only one experiencing it.
It's just
Sending
so much
ourselves
more bearable.
leaky poop videos,
Just fart sounds coming out of the bathrooms, just awful being sick. And also just want to mention this podcast is brought to you by Windex. Wipe it, clean it, dry it. Windex for all window purposes.
Love that, dude. You want me to go?
Yeah.
Rattle one off here? I got you one here. The In the Cabbage podcast is brought to you by 7-Eleven.
Oh.
You can come, get yourself some any single time you want it. We got a variety of things, and so does 7-Eleven. You got your little Circle Mart, little grocery store, get yourself a little Slurpee. You can find yourself with a lot of similarities over here at In the Cabbage podcast, and that's why I think that they're a great sponsor for our show. Open anytime you want it, 7-Eleven.
Wow. What's your go-to favorite 7-Eleven drink?
It is the Energy X Arizona.
Yeah, it's perfect. If you don't know, it's the yellow can, Arizona Energy X. It slaps. You'll feel awful after drinking it, but when it's happening, you'll be thankful.
One of the greatest drinks there is out there because it does have a little caffeine in there, but it's not anything that'll blow your socks off.
No, you'll get a little buzz from it, though.
And it's great. You throw one of those in at 9 p.m. and you play some games back in college.
Perfect.
Holy cow,
it's
dude.
Just perfect.
That and Sour Patch Kids going back and forth, or maybe a couple pretzels on the side.
Oh.
Now you got yourself a party.
Now you're partying. Little Caesar's pizza after losing at golf.
Oh yeah,
A lot of that happening between. That was like a good 2.5 months.
a long time.
You got anything for the people here, buddy? I think we should wrap it up here.
Yeah, I think so. Let's get on out of here. I don't have anything this week. I'll send it on and back to you and take it away with our signature takeoff here and sign off.
Okay, it's different every time, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it here. We need people to like and comment and subscribe.
Do it.
And we love hearing. I know Andrew loves. We love hearing your stories about like how you guys listen, or it gives us a little extra boost. We know some friends have reached out to us and say, I'm still listening, and I think it's
that's really cool.
It's really cool.
If there's ever let's take a step back before closing this, because sometimes there is a little bit of doubt in doing something like this.
For sure. And that, like we're not growing at the rate we want to grow or whatever, but like having our friends reach out to us, say, dude, I listened and I got like a nugget of it from something, or how is it going? And I still listen, and they bring it up. It makes it like worth it and wanting to keep going, because you never know, we could just have these moments, these podcasts for us, but
it's cool that someone else is benefiting.
Or just a friend who, maybe misses us and wants to hear us talk or whatever. It's just fun to, and we be doing this anyways, bud.
Yeah, that's true. Might as well put it out there.
Because we don't plan on going anywhere, because we're in the cabbage. And just a reminder, keep swinging. In the cabbage.